and she is a life coach, public speaker and mentor, and has a great podcast. It starts with you. Over to you, Sam.
Thank you, everybody. Good afternoon. I'm pretty energetic, so I'm going to want some feedback. I'm going to want you to probably get up in a minute. I know that's probably scary as hell, but you have been sitting there a while, right? How long have you been sitting here? How long? A long time, right? And you're probably sitting there thinking, what's in it for me? Because I know that's what I'd be sitting there thinking if it was me. So can you just all stand up for me really quickly? Awesome. I'm not going to make you do anything scary, don't worry. I just want to change the energy in the room, okay? So we're going to shake our shoulders, roll our shoulders back, everybody. That's it. Keep rolling those shoulders. Now I want you to spin round in spot. And then quickly just do this. Brush down your arms. Can you feel the energy changing? What's that? Okay. Sit back down again. Thank you. Give yourself a round of applause. Louder, harder. Louder, harder. Can't hear you. That's better. Right, you're going to excuse me using my notepad because this is, I've stepped in last minute and normally I speak to sports professional and high achievers. So, as I was lovingly introduced, my name is Sam Adams. I'm a life coach, a mentor, a speaker, and I'm from Brighton. My brand is called It Starts With You, which is the name of the title of this talk, really. But what does that really mean, and why do I do what I do? I come from a small town called Dorchester in Dorset. Has anyone ever heard of it? Raise your hand if you have. Oh, quite a few. So when I grew up, I'm old, so I'm 54. So when I grew up, we were the only black kids in school. And that was a bit of a challenge for me, a real struggle. I felt like I didn't fit in. Felt like I stood out even though I tried to hide away. And there's a story about the yellow trousers as well that I'll get to in a minute. And when I grew up, I was abused as a child. So not only was we one of the only 3 black people in the town, I was abused. I felt like I stood out. I felt very awkward. I didn't really like myself very much. And I definitely didn't like surroundings and the people that were around me. But nobody would have known that because I was cheeky. I tried to be confident. I tried to be something I wasn't. But inside I was dying. Inside I was miserable. I was depressed. I wet the bed until I was 13 years of age. I was a really unhappy kid. And it's taken me 45 years of my life to actually step into who I really am and to be who I really am. And that's basically what I help people do now. Sports professionals, high achievers, all I help people do is be who they really are. Now you might be thinking, well, what's the point of that? We are who we are. But are you really who you are? There's 2 things that comes from being your true, authentic self. Or 3, 2 or 3. Happiness, true, lasting fulfillment, satisfaction of life and self. Happiness, which is the one thing that all of us want out of life. It increases our potential, our performance. But the most important thing, through what we're talking about here today, it helps our confidence. Confidence comes from being yourself, liking yourself, loving yourself, and showing up as your true self. But the thing is, a lot of us don't do it. A lot of us pretend to be something we're not. Why do you think that is? Anybody got a clue why we might pretend to be something we're not? What's your name? Celeste. Nice to meet you, Celeste.
Because we want to fit in.
Because you want to fit in, absolutely, because you want to fit in. Anybody else got anything?
We don't want to be outcast.
Don't want to be outcast, absolutely right. Anybody else?
People are scared to show the real them.
Absolutely. Brilliant answers, absolutely. We don't want to be ridiculed. We don't want to hear people's opinions, judgments. We don't want to stand out. We don't want to be outcasts. We want to be liked, right? I wanted to be liked. I wanted to be part of the cool kids. So I pretended everything was okay when it was not. But I'll give you a little secret. And I'm not here to change your, my speech, my talk might not change your world today. But I just hope you take away one thing from today. Just one little thing. The easiest thing to do in the world and to be in the world is yourself. You can't get it wrong. How can you get being wrong? How can you get you being wrong? How can you get it wrong? You're unique. There is nobody else on this planet like you. Nobody. You can't get it wrong. Yet so many of us try to be something we're not. And if you think about that for a minute, that takes a hell of a lot of effort. To pretend to be happy when we're not. To pretend to be cheeky when we're not. To pretend we're smart. Pretend we're confident. Pretend we're energetic. Whatever it is, it takes energy. It takes effort. Most of us want to flow through life being happy. The easiest thing to do in the world is to be yourself. But the great thing about being yourself is that you find your true passions and your true purpose. Now, like I said, it took me 45 years, probably more, to do that. I'm 54 years old. And the reason I do what I do is because I want the people that I work with and people like you to get to where I am way sooner than I did, to heal the hurts, to transform themselves way sooner than I did, to wake up and just be who you really are. Because then you'll find your passion and purpose. Who in here thinks they know what they want to do with their life? Yeah?
I want to be like... Just wait for the microphone.
What's your name?
Ashley.
Ashley.
Yeah,
Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you too. I want to be like a photographer or an interviewer when I'm older.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Do you think you show up in the world every day as who you really are? That's amazing. Absolutely. I wish I was you. I wish somebody had come and given me this talk when I was your age. How old are you? 11. Nobody did. So just take this one thing away from you with you today. Be who you really are. It's the easiest thing in the world to be. So let me ask you a question. Where do you think your self-esteem comes from? Who's going to answer me? Where do you think self-esteem comes from? Anybody got any answers? Ah. Sorry, hang on. Do we need the microphone? Yeah. Anybody else? Great answer. Sorry, you got to go over there now.
What we get told, and also like social media.
Yeah, brilliant answer. Brilliant answer. Okay, it's up. Yeah. You know, we live in a world, we live in an outside-in world. Everything that we see, we hear, we ingest affects us. Social media, TV, magazines, our peers, your friendship circles, all impacts our self-esteem. We think we've got to be like them. We think we've got to look like them, sound like them, be like them, and then we'll be happy, and then we'll be successful. I did it. We all do it to some extent. We want to be liked. So when our self-esteem comes from social media, TV, peers, boyfriends, girlfriends, that's unhealthy. It can be very unhealthy. So we have to find the healthy sources of self-esteem to get our self-esteem from. The number one place to get your self-esteem from, guess what I'm going to say? Correct. You. You're going to get it from you. It starts with you. I heard responsibility mentioned by Stephanie earlier on, and it is our responsibility to remember that. I hope that you take away just that one sentence today. It starts with you. It's your responsibility to work on your own self-esteem, to get it from healthier places. How do you do that? You get to know yourself. Hang out with yourself. Try new things. If you don't like it, try something else. Do different things. Do creative things. Find out your dislikes and your likes. Like Ashley, she already knows she wants to be a photographer. I was going to swear then, sorry. That is fantastic. Find out what you like. Find out who you are. Find out what you stand for, what you stand against. Like, I'm super passionate about sports. Always have been. It saved my life probably as a kid. It was the only thing I was good at and the only thing I got picked for. Find out what you're passionate about. Find out what you like. Referring to sports, sports is an absolutely A1 first-class way to improve your self-esteem and your confidence. Group activities with other girls and other women show us how to work together, how to inspire one another, how to collaborate together. It is proven that group activities with other girls and other women boost your self-esteem and your confidence. So find things to get involved with other girls and other women. Your friendship group, right? This age, average age in here, I don't know if you're like 12, 13 maybe. Anybody older than 14? No? Oldest 14. Who's 14? Yeah, you got lots of friends, right? Yeah. This is the most friends you're ever going to have. Yeah, it is. Winning, right? It's great. Remember this, because as you get older, you have less friends. This is the most friends you're ever going to probably have right now. But are they good friends? No. I hope none of them are in here. Listen, the people that you surround yourself is really, really important. This really helps your self-esteem. Do your friends support you? Do they lift you up? Do they champion you? Have they got your back? Or do they put you down? Do they bully you? Do they force you into doing things you don't want to do? Because who we surround ourselves with impacts our self-esteem. How we feel about ourselves, our confidence. If you hang out with 5 bullies, guess what's going to happen? Chances are you're going to be the 6th. If you hang out with 5 Olympians, chances are you're going to be the 6th. So be very wary of who you hang out with. Very mindful. Some things you can do for yourself. Be kind to yourself. We hear that a lot, right? After certain things have happened in social media, some not very nice things. Do you talk to yourself the way you would talk to your best friend? No. Someone's shaking their head. I'm pretty sure that some of you are the same. I was the same. When I was growing up, the voices in my head, and we've all got them, were not very kind. I was an idiot. I was stupid. I hated the colour of my skin. I hated my hair. I hated my sexuality. I hated everything about me. So you should have been in my head. It was not pretty. I was not kind to myself. We are what we repeatedly think, do, say we are. So it's super important to be mindful of that. So speak kindly to yourself, that little internal voice. Speak to yourself how you would to your best friend, how you would comfort them, nurture them, support them, champion them. It starts with you. Do that for yourself first. And as I said before, be mindful about who you hang out with. The other third part of that is forgive yourself. Forgive yourself when you get it wrong, when you make mistakes. Making mistakes and getting it wrong, like Stephanie said, it's just part of it. It took her 4 times to become VP. You will get it wrong along the way. You will make mistakes. You will make errors. I got it wrong for 45 years and I'm here and I'm successful in my eyes. And I'm loving my life. You can do that. It starts right now. We're all different, right? We are all completely different. I said that at the beginning. I'm going to play a little game with you. I'm good at running. You heard me say I was good at sport, right? I was pretty good at running. Athletics was my jam. And I'm still good at running. I'm not as quick, but I'm still pretty good for my age. I wish I was good at singing. I'd love to be on Pop Idol, or it's not even Pop Idol anymore, it's X Factor, isn't it? Or The Voice. Who can sing? Anyone can sing in here? Oh, hang on. What's your name? Don't worry, I'm not going to get you to sing. Natalie. Nice to meet you, Natalie. So you're good at singing, right? Sorry?
I'm okay.
Come on, tell me. I'm good at singing.
No, I'm okay.
I'm good at singing.
Some auditions plus some auditions, like I'm okay. I'm in between.
That's great. So what do you wish you were better at?
Probably making decisions.
You are making decisions all day long. There are thousands of decisions we make that we don't even think about on autopilot. What else? What do you wish you were better at?
Sports.
Okay, anyone in here good at sports? Awesome. Right, I'm going to finish up quickly. Rihanna, you good at sports? Yeah. Amazing. See, Rihanna's good at sports. You're good at singing. What do you wish you were better at?
Maths.
Anyone in here good at maths? Yes. I saw your hand go up. Yes. What's your name? Jess. Jess. You're good at maths, yeah? What do you wish you were better at? Sports. Well, I'm good at sports. I'm just demonstrating to you that we all have something we're great at. We all have something we're good at, but we also have things that we wish we were better at. We are all different. We are all uniquely different. It was a 400 trillion to 1 chance you would be a human being. Do not waste it. Just be who you really are. We all have strengths and weaknesses. You've just seen that. Natalie can sing. I can run. I can't sing. I'd love to sing. I could sing for you now, but you'd probably all leave really quickly, which is probably what you want to do. It's been a long Saturday, right? I'm sure. Look, I just want to finish because I know my time is probably nearly up. I've got loads I want to say, but I really don't have the time. But one thing I know from the work that I do with athletes, they don't come for me because they want to improve their performance. They come to me because they want to unlock their potential. So if you want to unlock your potential, like the athletes that I work with, Olympians, world champions, footballers, then you have to be you. Because when you're you love you like what you see in the mirror, and you show up 100% as you really are, makes you happy inside. When you're happy inside, guess what? You're more confident. When you're more confident and happy inside, you find your purpose, you find your passion, and you go out and you smash it. Alison, that's for you. But you go out and you smash it because you're confident, you're light. It's easy being you. But you must remember, it starts with you. Thank you for listening to me.